Check. There we go. Wrong button pushed. Don't want to be a robot. I was going to do a video, but really don't have time. As soon as our house sitter gets here, they get off at midnight. It takes them about 35 minutes to get here. We're leaving. We won't be back till Monday afternoon. So things have been kind of hectic. But anyway, I have to tell you, I haven't watched a Wade video in a long time. And, even when I was making shorts laugh at this idiot, I never actually watched the video. And then somebody told me that he was talking about an animal clinic. And I thought, well, I got to see what the hell this is. And this simpleton is literally, I don't know who in the hell is going to want to spend their Saturday morning listening to this son of a bitch speculate. But if you want to know what you're going to hear from him about my personal life, just ask yourself, what do you know? Because that's how much he knows. He knows everything you know. That's it. And where in the fuck he comes up with this shit. And then he says the most stupidest thing ever, that it's been proven, and the docs are going to drop tomorrow, that it's been proven that I have an illegal business. For one, Wade, if I wanted to work on cars on the side in my shop, I'd have every fucking right to do so. There wouldn't be nobody could say shit about it. But since I do work for used car lots and an auction, yeah, I got to have a tax ID. And there's been one from day one. It's literally on a live stream from a year ago when I debunked that shit the first time. And you're going to make a fool of yourself. So if anybody wants to spend their Saturday morning, listen to this dumb son of a bitch talk about something he couldn't possibly have a clue about. All he can do is just take a wild guess. His keyboard won't do anything more than your keyboard will do. And there ain't nobody going to use their keyboard to find out what goes on in my home. I'm sorry. You'd have to be here, or you'd have to hear it from me. One of the two. And and Wade, I hate to tell you, but your channel's dying of your cancer before you. It seems like, because those views are pretty bad, and I'll argue that at least 150 views on every one of your videos are my supporters watching your train wreck. So whatever more views you get above the 150, that would be somebody that gives a shit about something you got to say. And it's not very many. And it's getting worse by the day. You've worn it out, dude. You've been stalking my family for a year. You've told every grossly exaggerated lie there is to tell. You've taken every single thing out of context that you can take out of context. And made up every fairy tale you can make up. And it's all you're doing is repeating yourself now. And everybody can see what a liar you are, Wade. You're a liar, right? Because you told your listeners you had stage 4 cancer in 2 vital organs a fucking year ago. A year ago. And you said your doctor told you it was terminal, and even told you how much time you had left. A year ago. And you've done nothing but chain smoke and stalk my family 24 hours a day, 7 days a week ever since. And it's obvious you're lying. You're grossly exaggerating your condition. I have seen 2 people in my life that had stage 4 liver cancer. And within 6 months, they were jaundiced and their eyes were yellow. And they had to go get radiation. I mean, intrusive radiation and chemo that kicked their butt harder than the cancer. I mean, it knocked them for a loop. That's 2 people I know of personally that had what you claim you got. And I'm going to just go right ahead and say it. You're lying. You're grossly exaggerating, because there's no way you would have stage 4 in 2 organs for a year now and not show any decline whatsoever, with no evidence of any chemo, no evidence of any radiation, no time away from YouTube, just chain smoking away and stalking my family and being on when you guys aren't on live streams, you're in private chat. You just live for this shit. And I thank the Lord every day I don't have that kind of time to dedicate to it. Because if I did, let's listen to this dumbass. This is what you're going to hear Saturday. The deadline. And no, I don't know what video you're talking about. No, I'm not going to go looking for it, because guess what? I don't care. You're nothing to me, dude.
Jimmy. Man, I gotta say, that deadline's getting a little closer. Hopefully you've seen the video by now.
Nope.
If not, well, I guess you better be looking for it. So,
what's
right there
happen?
it is.
What's going to happen?
Saturday, 12:45 a.m. That's why it's 0:45.
I'm going to say right now, I feel sorry for anybody that's what you have to do on a Saturday night, is listen to this dipshit wildly speculate about another man's life from 30 years ago.
So don't let that time slide by. But if you don't know what it's for, I guess you better start looking. Maybe ask some of your sheep. I'm sure they were off in the bushes. Man, if you don't know what it's for, I guess you don't know about the information that was dropped.
My just for the record, Wade, the people that subscribe to my channel do their own thinking, have their own mind, and have their own opinions. We're not a cult over here. We don't all do the same thing. Like if I set my shit to private, they don't all set theirs to private too. We don't have secret conversations and all agree to wear blue or all agree to wear yellow like you guys do, like a bunch of girls. They have their own minds. They do what they want. So there's no sheep over here. There's just people that are standing by the truth and waiting and biding the time for some people to be held accountable for the really shitty stuff that was done. And we're not going anywhere till that happens, and we're going to make sure it happens. That's the goal. Okay. And no amount of slandering me is going to change anything. Your boy is getting sued. I have every reason to believe there's 2 more suits going to be filed. And I'm going to be here till the end. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing he can do about it except just make a fool of yourself. Now, I want you to watch this dumbass make a fool of himself right here. He's just going to make an absolute fucking fool of himself.
About the information that was dropped. How now everybody knows for sure that little shop you've been running, well, let's just say it's been proven that it's illegal.
It's been proven. And how would you go about proving that, Wade? Just kind of curious. How would that be proven that it's illegal? You know, you're allowed to work on cars in your home garage. So even if I wanted to like do it like underground, there's no crime against that. But unfortunately, your proven is broken. We already been down this road once. And we're going to go down it again just to make a fool of you. And, you know, and I hope nobody is holding their breath for your big reveal. Proven. Yeah, it's been proven all right.
No license whatsoever. And giving you the benefit of the doubt, if you do have your little flea market that you say you do, that we doubt very seriously, I guess that's been...
Would you listen to that? How many fucking videos have you guys seen me make at the flea market? Like at least 50, right? At least 50 videos at the flea market. And you see shit I'm buying and selling all the time. That cancer, if you have cancer, stage 4 cancer, Wade, I believe you have stage 4 cancer of the brain. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard. I've literally videoed my flea market booths while standing in them. Been going to wholesale auctions for years. Have a YouTube channel dedicated to that. And here you are. Who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket? Was this the same we that came and looked in the windows of my other building and decided what my other motorcycle was? The one where I just make a sound and pretend like I'm riding it? That one? Jesus, God, you're
been run illegal as well. No license.
Illegal flea market booth. Call the cops.
Buddy, you been turning this stuff into the IRS? How you been doing that without license?
Oh my God.
And
I've been
if you're getting
secretly stashing the money, Wade. Secretly stashing it. Not telling the IRS. I'm not going to pay no taxes. No way. I'm just going to run an illegal operation underground. You know, like my animal clinic.
Funding of any sort. No business license. Probably haven't been turning into the IRS. Kind of defrauding the government, aren't you? Interesting. Boy, I wonder what...
Can someone tell me, do people sit and listen to this? Do people actually tune in to and listen to him talk like this? Because that's like fucking watching paint dry. Just somebody just sitting there. He's just breathing into that microphone, just wildly speculating about shit he couldn't possibly know.
They would get you for tax evasion.
Oh, I hope
saying.
Oh my God.
But yet you want to put Power Stroke on this fake registry.
Yep. And he's going to stay there. By the way, I'm glad you mentioned that. The page is doing well. It started to rank. When you search his name, it comes up now. And that page is staying there until he makes a public apology to every single person he slandered and doxed. Period. And I ain't taking it down till he does it. And if he wants it to come down, that's the deal. He makes a public apology video to every single buddy he fucking slandered and doxed, setting on Ryan Upchurch's live stream. We have them all recorded. We have all the screen caps from every video, very well documented with date, time, all of it. And he's got some apologizing to do. He slandered some people. And he's going to pay for that. And if he wants to show his ass some more, if his daddy thinks he's got something to prove, then we'll just go ahead and launch the Facebook page too. And we'll just leave it up to Power Stroke to explain to everybody that it's fake. Because once I launch that shit, it's never coming down. Ever. Not ever will it come down. Until his ass is staring into a camera saying, I am sorry for setting on a celebrity's live stream and slandering you and doxing you. I apologize. And until I hear them fucking words, it's staying there. I gave them cocksuckers a year. And you're next. You're next. Just keep on. You need to find something else to do with your time. You've worn this out. You've made Creek Squad. You've destroyed the reputation of Creek Squad. You've turned it into a joke. You and the Rusty Truck Photo Coward have absolutely wrecked what it would mean to be Creek Squad. Nobody that's decent wants to be associated with such a thing anymore. Ryan has lost so many long-time loyal fans. He's lost a bunch because of you and because of Rusty. And if he's all proud of that shit, more power to him. Because I already know the karma train's got a full tank of gas and it's a-coming. It's coming. It's coming for every one of you motherfuckers. Ain't one of you can justify the shit you've done. Not one of you. Can't justify what you've done to me. You can't justify what you've done to Johnny Gobble. You can't justify what you've done to Zanime, to Kylie Ross, the Rodney family, Ronnie Jones, that poor kid that found the laptop, Chase Matthews. You can't justify any of it. The only thing you got is we are dirtbags. This is what we do. That's it. And you guys think you won, but actually you made yourselves look horrible. You proved to everyone you are exactly what I say you are, a fucking cult. That's all you accomplished.
And probably the only way you would take them off of it is by extorting them, I'm sure.
Well, there's a problem, Wade. He was given fair warning. I gave him a year, and then I said, that's it, no more. No more. You want to react to a video I make? Fine. You want to talk about something I put in a video on YouTube? Fine. But no more my personal shit. One more time, and this is what's going to happen. A, B, C, and D. Well, they thought I was kidding. So now A and B has happened, and C is about to. And I'm going to go clear to Z. That's just a teaser trailer. If it continues, I'm ready to fight fire with fire. I'm ready to fight back. I gave him a year. Now no one is going to say I'm a bad person for finally responding to it. Everyone now knows you earned it. I've gave you enough rope that nobody is going to blame me unless they're just a small-minded idiot, because you guys more than deserve it. And I'm telling you, son, you're next.
You think that by going after Power Stroke, that's your way of getting Rusty, because you never can win against Rusty.
He's been at it a year, and I got it almost 5,000 subscribers. I get 3 times the views he gets, and so I'm the one winning. I'm actually getting paid, and all he has done is made himself look like a shitty human being. That's what he's accomplished. To anybody outside of you guys' little circle jerk, he just looks like a terrible fucking person. Just a terrible fucking person. So that's that, right? So let's hear some more of your bullshit. You make it up as you go.
Getting involved in all these lawsuits and say you know so much about them and that you're tied in with them. You want to ride coattails on them, but
never say anything about being tied into them. But I've certainly been in the conversation. I've certainly been in the loop. I gave a deposition, gave a written statement, handed over every single fucking screen grab and recording and everything that we had with a complete timeline. That I have done. Yes, absolutely. And I'm proud of it. Damn proud of it.
nobody wants you.
You sure about that? Because they got a hold of me. I didn't get a hold of
Jimmy.
Yeah, they got a hold of me.
12:45 a.m. Maybe ask some of your.
I must have hit the wrong button. Hold on.
Giving you the benefit of the doubt. Been run illegal as well. And, you know, if you're getting kind of defrauding the government, aren't you? By extorting them, I'm sure. Power stroke, that's your way of getting Rusty because you never can win against Rusty.
Who believes that? I won the first day he went outside of YouTube into my personal life and slandered me. I won that day, and I've been winning ever since. You guys are just too stupid to know it. Every time you guys have done that, Upchurch has lost a little more support. Few more people. And I know you want to live in a fantasy world, but he's not getting 1/100th of his subscriber count in engagement or views. Not even 1/100th. And I know you look at this stupid iTunes #1 shit and think that's winning when no, if that's the only album released that day, of course people are going to go spin it and listen to it. So it's going to be the most viewed for that day, for sure. I've seen like nobodies do that, like people that are hardly even heard of. But it's sustaining it and selling it. Go look how many sold. It's bad. It's really bad. If you really care about Ryan Upchurch as a person, you'll stop what you're doing right now and you'll go look at the sales for that trash album. There aren't even any reaction channels doing reactions to it. It's so fucking bad. All the long time reaction channels that were almost guaranteed to do an Upchurch reaction to any new song, total silence. So yeah, I won the first fucking day you guys got shitty and slimy, and I've been winning ever since. You're just too dumb to know it.
You know, you want to get involved in all these lawsuits and say you know so much about them and that you're tied in with them. You want to ride coattails on them, but nobody wants you.
Yeah, it looks like that deal might pan out. And I hope it does.
Nobody won't let you even get involved with them.
See, how would you know? You don't know who I talk to.
You don't see it happening. You talk about all these lawsuits, you know. Yeah, well, I've got 2 years. Yep. You're not going to do shit.
Well, you better.
You're worthless.
Listen to this, okay?
Jimmy.
He's the one. He's the one sitting at home, doing nothing with his life, but simping for Ryan Upchurch. That's it. No job. He don't work. His wife don't work. And they just sat there on the internet and simp for Ryan Upchurch. And he's got the fucking nerve to call anyone worthless, let alone me, somebody that's working because I want to. Yeah. I think you better go look up the fucking definition of worthless. Worthless is what you're doing right now, just taking up the Earth's oxygen.
On them, but nobody wants you. But you want to talk a big game. Don't see it happening. You talk about all these lawsuits, yeah, well, I've got 2 years. You're not going to do shit because you're worthless. You're a zero. You're scum. And we
You're the most unself-aware idiot I've ever seen. I'm scum? For calling out wrongdoing, I'm scum. Okay. Sure.
all know it. Hell, you've admitted it. You admitted to doing absolutely nothing, which is what you are anyhow, but absolutely nothing when walking in and catching a 36-year-old man with a 16-year-old girl.
Well, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but it ain't my child, and the legal age of consent in Mississippi is 16. And if you would have paid attention, that's what you would have heard. That although I couldn't get the guy arrested, I could sure as hell forbid him from being in my house. And that was not respected by the drunk. The drunk didn't respect that. But yeah, the legal age of consent in Mississippi, dipshit. You claim to be so smart, but before you open your mouth, you never check anything. And had you even listened, everybody knows how you guys completely try to rearrange stuff like people are stupid, like they didn't hear what they heard. Everybody heard me say, yeah, there wasn't nothing I could do because legal age is 16, but by God, he wasn't going to come and eat at my table. That's what I said. Ain't no child of mine, nothing I could do about it. So you would have thought her mother would have been united front. But then again, her mother let her live with the guy from the time she just fucking barely turned 13 when she moved in his closet. So no, not my issue to deal with. It's just some chick I'm dating. I had no control over what her fucking child did. And legal age is 16. Police aren't going to do anything. So what do? Mr. Know-It-All?
In your house. And not just with a girl, but while they were having sexual relations. I mean, what was it you said? He was what?
He was fucking
going to town
right out of her.
You
got damn right he was, yeah. Just like her mom. She's just like her mom.
And that you done absolutely nothing. Wouldn't even pick up the phone to call the cops. Proves this right there. You have no balls. You're no man.
I have no balls. I have no balls.
Top of the line.
How do you just say that?
Mechanic probably know more about cars than any other person. And you probably know a lot about cars.
I didn't say any other person. I said anybody you know. I think you'd be hard pressed to know somebody that's got, I can honestly say, 51 years of working on cars seriously, because that's when my uncle started paying me, and that's when I started taking it serious, when I was 13 years old. I did plenty of shit before that, but never got paid much. But I actually started getting a paycheck when I got my work permit and started getting paid. Then I started taking it serious, and I was 13. That's how the reason why I was a service manager by the time I was 24. And I don't care what you think about that. That is my life. I never said it to brag. I just said it because that is who I am. I'm a mechanic / service manager that worked as a professional for 49 years and been doing it for 51. That's just who I am. Sorry that bothers you. You don't know anybody with that much experience. Already know you don't.
Probably not quite as good as you say, but you.
Now, I just want you to think about that. Every day, Wade, 8 to 12 hours a day, every single fucking day. The corporate stores were even open on the weekends. So at least 300 days a year for 50 years.
Probably know an awful lot. But then you claim that you're so high up with audio files and the best at this and this.
Has anybody ever heard me say I was the best? You've never heard. You got me confused with the Rusty Truck Photo channel. That's where the world champions are and pro, retired, and blowing 40 windshields out and tucking all that. The only thing you've ever heard me say is I am an audiophile. I'm very passionate about that stuff, and I buy and sell audio equipment. Have been doing that for a long, long time. Not just home stuff, but band equipment too. PA systems. I've got a couple of them for sale right now, Wade. Pretty big rigs, actually. Buy that stuff all the time. That's what you've heard me say. Never heard me say being the best, knowing more. That's the Rusty Truck Photo channel. They're the world champions over there. I'm just fucking some dude trying to make it.
You know, you don't know everything about everything.
Never claimed.
But you probably know a little bit about working around animal clinics, don't you?
No.
That's something you hadn't mentioned, though. Why don't you tell us about that?
What? I can't believe I'm hearing this.
How much experience you got working around animal clinics?
Absolutely none.
I know you've got some.
I got 2 dogs. Does that count?
Even though you've never discussed it. Why don't you make a few shorts, or how about a live about your experience doing that?
Can you be this dumb? Because it's indisputable I've had this same address right here for 22 years. And then you guys heard the ex talk. Did she say anything about a clinic? Animal clinic? So when would I have had this animal clinic, Wade, while I was working full time in multiple states as a roving service manager? Where would this animal clinic have been? And what did I do? I mean, I can't even, man, I'm one of them kind of people, man. I couldn't do anything like that. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, where do you get this stuff at? That's what I want to know. It's been proven that I don't have a license. My shop don't have a license when it absolutely fucking does. And an IRS number and an EN number and a bonded number. And now I have an animal clinic. And I know quite a bit about it, apparently. Are you bothering some other people again, Wade? How many times are you going to do that? You know, there are several people with the same name right around the same age in the county I grew up in. I hope you're not bothering somebody else, but I can't think of any. I've never heard of any veterinarians that are, I don't know of any veterinarians. I mean, I don't think I've ever, I don't know.
I would love to hear about that. Please tell us about it.
I want to hear about it. I would love to hear about this animal clinic.
Or how it felt getting your ass served by Rusty and Power Stroke. Not
Well, you might want to ask them how it felt when I served their ass. And I'm just getting started. You can call that a threat. You can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm going to call it reality. I meant what I said. And there ain't going to be no turning back if that's where it goes. There's going to be no turning back. Done. Okay. And the more you guys do, the uglier you make yourselves look, and the worse Ryan's fucking reputation gets. Now he's fucking dragging Brianna, which is just about ignorant. That's just about ignorant. Spamming my comments look like you or fucking Eismick slobbering in my comments.
night after night about a year ago. And even the past few weeks about Rusty and them. But, I mean, you were literally the little puppet on a string.
I sure was, wasn't I?
Power Stroke literally owned you every night.
Okay.
All 7 nights of the week.
Oh. Well, I own him now.
You should feel fortunate he decided to back off.
Well, I own him now.
Really, truly.
So there's that.
God forbid. If he'd have continued on, I mean, you'd probably be in the psych ward right now.
Whatever.
Instead of going after him.
Well, you guys,
I don't know. Maybe you ought to thank him.
Make yourselves look like dirtbags.
But don't forget about this little deadline. This deadline right over here. Don't forget about it.
The one where you're going to drop proof.
I guarantee you the people.
That my shop is illegal and my flea market booth is illegal and I got an animal clinic. Okay. Well, I'm going to miss it because we're leaving here as soon as the house sitter gets here. Won't be back till sometime around Monday. Might even stay till Tuesday. Who fucking knows?
They're not going to forget about it. And at
I'm sure there's probably about 80 people holding their breath. The same 80 people that would listen to Rusty do what you're doing right now for 10 hours. Wildly speculate about shit you couldn't possibly know a goddamn thing about.
Every morning, there will probably be a live to announce to people.
Oh, you hear that? You guys better stay tuned. He's going to tell you about my shop.
And if you do, don't forget.
And
there's going to have to be some apology videos made beforehand.
And my animal clinic.
So make sure you check out the video.
My animal
clinic. Real closely.
Like an animal clinic.
Because it is awful interesting.
Oh, okay. We'll be ready.
So, if I was you, instead of getting on there making your little shorts tonight or in the morning, whatever time you do it.
Wade, listen, your credibility is so fucking shot that I don't even care what you do. I don't even fucking care. I only watched this video because someone told me you were talking about an animal clinic and I just couldn't believe it. I had to check. And they weren't kidding. I thought they were kidding me. Where in the fuck do you get this shit from? You need to take a break, dude, and go outside or something. An animal clinic. But so my shop is just like a front. Okay. Those aren't really cars, like all them different cars you guys see in videos. Those aren't cars I'm working on. I borrow those from people just to give the appearance that I'm working on cars. And, I've just got all these fucking well-worn tools everywhere just to give the appearance that that's what I do. Because secretly, under the table and everything, I'm a fucking veterinarian. You dumb son of a bitch.
I would start doing some research and get your little sheep, like Martin's daddy, Native J.
No, they think all their own. They think totally on their own, and they're just like me. They think It's very wrong for any celebrity to use their social media influence to slander and bully people. And it's even more wrong for any celebrity to encourage a dirtbag little cult of fucking shitbags that know no boundaries, know no limits, out there fucking with people on his behalf, because it has absolutely destroyed his brand, his likeness, and his reputation. And it's made you guys look like just shit humans. There's no way you guys can come out looking like anything but just assholes to anybody outside of your own little circle jerk. I can promise you that. And which is why, is exactly why none of you have had any channel growth, and you're not going to. The people that listen are about 150 of my people just watching the train wreck, and the few people that might be listening to you and taking you serious after the amount of times you guys have been caught lying, caught exaggerating, caught fucking just making shit up like Animal Clinic. Like it's been proven you don't have a license. There's a fucking video up right now showing all that from a year ago. But it's proven? And if I wanted to do it under the table, I could. Nobody'd give a fuck. But I don't need to. And auction needs a tax ID. Used car dealer needs a tax ID. They got to write that shit off, you know. They got to pay taxes on the car when they sell it. So they got to have invoices. That's just the way it is, you know. It just blows my mind that you seem to be so worried about what goes on in my home. Let's say I just work for cash under the table. So fucking what? You think anybody gives a shit? Do you, Wade? Do you think anybody would give a fuck? Because I can promise you they don't. They absolutely don't give a shit. Makes no difference. Nobody cares that an ex-wife accused me of pushing her 30 years ago. No one cares. Not one single fucking person gives a shit. It's just you grasping for straws, and all you've done is make a fool of yourself and destroy Ryan Upchurch's brand and reputation. And he iced the cake. See, we've been waiting. We've had some evidence of it, but this makes it good and solid that can now be shown to the court that he absolutely does condone what you dirtbags do, and he absolutely does encourage it. And you watch that don't burn his ass. You watch that don't burn his ass. There's a reason you don't see celebrities going, get that guy, everybody. If you go get that. You don't see that from any other YouTubers of any notoriety. There's a reason. You wouldn't do that. That is probably the most irresponsible thing any fucking celebrity could do. And there's no way you can be sober and do something that stupid.
The Reeses and all them, and you better get them to start looking as well.
Who the
Maybe
fuck?
Beachside can help you as well. Good luck. You're going to need it.
No, you're going to need luck. If you think that something's going to burn my super secret underground animal clinic.
The only place
Dear
to go.
God, dude, tell me you're fucking just, tell me you're not serious, dude. Animal clinic? Really? Holy shit. Now, Wade, you got some explaining to do. Okay. The gig's up. And I think we just need to start putting the pressure on. You lied to people to get pity and money, which is a crime. You've been grossly exaggerating. And you're going to have to own up to this sooner or later. Do you really think, Wade, people are going to just forget that you said you had stage 4 cancer and 2 vital organs? And a year from now, when you're still on the internet, chain smoking, stalking some fucking buddy outside of YouTube because they said something about Ryan up church, do you think people are going to forget you stealing money under the pretense of faking a fucking life-threatening illness? Because I'm willing to bet money now you've got run-of-the-mill treatable colon cancer. That's what you have. You never lost no 100 pounds, dude. Never happened. You couldn't have. You couldn't lose 100 pounds. Now, I'll just let folks listen to this first, okay, just so they can see what a monumental fucking liar you are. Because stage 4 cancer of the liver requires immediate radiation and chemo. It's not anything to fuck with. You got to leap on that shit. And you don't even show one symptom of having it.
Determine the stage and subsequent treatment options. Hepatocellular carcinoma is the most common type of primary liver cancer, forming in the liver cells rather than in the bile ducts or blood vessels of the liver.
Yellow eyes.
Treatment options may be limited at this advanced stage and include various chemotherapy and radiation therapies. Stage 4 liver cancer is advanced cancer and is diagnosed using a variety of tests.
Now, hold on.
X-ray.
You heard him say it requires advanced radiation and chemo. This motherfucker has been running his mouth for a year, chain smoking and stalking my family 5, 6, 7 nights a week, going on a fucking year now without taking a single day off from YouTube. Doesn't look jaundice at all, which is the very first symptom of liver cancer, let alone stage 4 liver cancer. And you don't gain 100 pounds, lose 100 pounds and gain it all back right away. That'd be like a 3 or 4 year process. It would be like a 3 or 4 year process after you've put the cancer into remission. How many times are you people going to let this asshole lie to you for fucking pity? You know how insulting that is to other people that went through hell to beat their cancer? When I go to visit my brother right now and see how goddamn sick he is from that fucking chemo, I want to punch you in the face. You are such a liar. You're a liar, Wade. And not a very good one. Stage 4 and 2 organs, my ass. Lost 100 pounds, my ass.
May be used to view the organs and bones to see if cancer has spread to other areas. Other tests include magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, bone scans and a computerized axial tomography, CAT, scan. Stage 4 liver cancer can have tumors of any size and number in the...
We're going to hear a story how his cancer is different than everyone else's. And so his was different. That'll be his excuse. His is different. His ain't like everyone else's. His is different. It's special. That's why he lost 100 pounds and gained it right back and nobody noticed. Happened so fast, nobody noticed it. Couldn't even take a picture. It happened so fucking fast. Couldn't take one fucking photo. It happened so quick. 100 pounds off, 100 pounds back on. Stage 4 for a year, no symptoms. And 2 vital organs, I'll have you know. No radiation, no chemo, just cigarettes and simping. And gimme. Here's my GoFundMe. Here's my Cash App. Here's give, please. Oh, by the way, I paid everything off. because I was just sitting on a big pile of money waiting on a sickness to come along to pay off everything. But hey, gimme. Oh, feel sorry for me. I got bad news from the doctor the other day. Hey, you got an extra smoke? Hey, don't forget to grab me a pack of smokes when you're at the store. Did you guys hear the other day? I got bad news from the doctor, man. It's really bad. Here's my Cash App. Don't forget my Cash App. Isn't that right, Wade? Don't forget my Cash App.
The definitive characteristic is that cancer has spread from the liver to other areas of the body, including the bones, circulatory system, or lymph nodes. Frequently, no symptoms are present until liver cancer has progressed to later stages. The liver is a complex organ with hundreds of metabolic functions, including removal of wastes and toxins, and it plays a vital role in digestion. Symptoms of stage 4 liver cancer are frequently related to the disruption or complete loss of these processes. Common symptoms include declining appetite and weight loss, yellowing of the skin and abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, extreme fatigue and fever.
Wade, we haven't seen you lose a fucking pound. He doesn't say sometimes. He doesn't say maybe. He says frequently common weight loss, jaundice, loss of appetite, weakness, tiredness.
There are other symptoms that might be present in
chain
stage 4 liver cancer.
Chain smoking.
The prognosis for stage 4 liver cancer is generally poor, and treatment options may be limited. Liver cancer is frequently not diagnosed until the later stages, making this one of the most deadly forms of cancer. Treatment is individualized based on the extent.
Two people that I knew very well and saw very often suffered from liver cancer. One survived, one didn't. And they looked horrible. Both of them looked bad. And they just kept looking worse. And then my buddy that was was here 2 times this year that survived it. He had to get radiation. And that made him sick as hell. But once he got better from the radiation, things started turning around for him. But yeah, he had to get powerful radiation. Like they zapped him fucking good. And we already know you haven't even shown the signs of mild chemo. So I don't know who the hell you think you're kidding anymore, but the gig's up. You're going to have to refund some money or take that Cash App down or something, because this shit's, you ain't going to get away with it. You're lying.
Cancer has metastasized, the overall health of the patient and other factors. There is no known cure for stage 4 liver cancer, and 5-year survival rates are extremely low. Treatment options include chemotherapy, radiation therapies, and possible liver transplantation. Liver metastases differ from primary liver cancer because the metastatic tumors have spread to the liver from another organ in the body rather than originating in the liver. Cancers that spread to the liver include breast.
That's the story Wade told. And he's not declined one smidgen for a year. They haven't done anything about his cavities. Hasn't quit smoking. Hasn't been in any long-term hospitalization that you would definitely need after getting zapped with radiation. At least a week, 2 weeks. Something ain't jiving, Wade. Just ain't jiving, dude. You're lying. And you're going to go to hell for this shit. Everybody that actually did suffer from this ought to be allowed to spit on you.
Colorectal and esophageal cancers. Secondary or metastatic liver cancer is more common than primary liver cancer. Treatment of liver metastases depends on the organ of origin, the number, and size of the tumors and whether cancer has spread to other organs and tissues. Surgery, chemotherapy and other therapies are used to remove or shrink tumors and improve life expectancy. Visit the website. Click below.
If you had stage 4 and 2 organs for a year, and you haven't done heavy chemo,
liver cancer has become the fastest increasing cause of cancer death in the several times.
You know, I don't want that up there. If you've had stage 4 and 2 organs for a year, and you haven't done any heavy rounds of chemo and heavy rounds of radiation, that shit would be so fucking spread. You would be crawling to that microphone and having somebody help you up into the fucking chair to speak. And I got no interest in hearing a word you got to say. You're of no interest to me. The only reason I even cared to watch that stupid video was the animal clinic nonsense. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I thought, where in no fucking way. So I hope that's your big drop, because you're going to make a fool of yourself. And you go ahead and make that video saying it's been proven. I'm going to wait till you're done, and then I'm going to just make an ass out of you. Just you go ahead and claim that my shop's not licensed, doesn't have a. I'm not only got a tax ID, I got an EN ID and a bonded ID. Got all three. I don't work on junk over here. I work on late model stuff. You know, I just had a 2021 in today. So yeah, that's insured for a reason. Just because you live like a dirt bag and have lived your life on the edge, doing everything half-assed, don't project that onto other people. Other people do shit right. Other people don't live in poverty because they're lazy. That's you that does that. Fucking lying to goddamn people about something so serious and literally put a cash app up there while you're fucking lying. That's the sleaziest shit I've ever seen. And anybody believe that he's went this long with stage 4 cancer and 2 fucking vital organs and hasn't declined one iota, but he keeps getting bad news and worse news and even worse news? Anybody believe that? I'll say you a fucking beach. I'll say you an ocean beach in Indiana. And, you know, it's funny. I'm glad you said that, Wade. I'm glad you brought that up. I was wondering if you were going to bring that up. Because, see, unlike you, I've got photos. See there? See, unlike you, Wade, I actually have photos. And I look exactly like somebody looks that's got fucking lymphoma. I look exactly like you're supposed to look after a bone marrow transplant. I look exactly like you're supposed to look after you've had harsh rounds of chemo. Big dark circles under your eyes. You're just all shrunk and shriveled. That's exactly how you should look right now. You should look like that. You should let's I'm glad you brought that up. I am just glad as hell you brought that up, Wade. Appreciate that. Okay. Glad you brought that up, Wade. Thank you. We appreciate that. So you should look like that, Wade. That's how you should look right now. You should be all shriveled up. You should show some evidence of treatment, especially a year with stage 4. I didn't have stage 4. Now, it was kicking my ass pretty good when they finally figured out what it was, but it hadn't spread. Stayed right there in my bone marrow, killing my white blood cells like crazy. But yeah, you should look like that, Wade. And then Wade, after the chemo, after the radiation and all that, maybe a liver transplant, because that's typically, you know, if you got stage 4 in the liver and it's terminal, then you're looking at you need a donor or a transplant. And so after the transplant, like 8 months later, you should probably look like, let's take a look what you should look like then. You should probably look like, let's take a look at what you should look like after that, Wade. What's the saying? Pictures, or it didn't happen. So I bet he's got a whole big story how nobody took a picture when he lost 100 pounds, or they took pictures, but the camera wasn't working, or it happened so quick, they didn't have time to take a picture because he lost 100 pounds in like 2 weeks and then gained it back in like 4 days. Is that the story, Wade? I mean, we just want to know what the story is. I mean, let's see what this other one, let's see what this should look like. What should you look like after you have taken care of the problem and now you're on the mend? What should you look like? What should we see? Well, you should be. Thank you. Every fucking bit that skinny, Wade. Every bit. Not chain smoking and gaining weight and staying up all night. I was so fucking tired that about 3 hours was about all I could handle. And then you'd find me in bed. And that was that way for 8 months. And all we see from you, up all night. All fucking chipper and just full of energy and all giddy on every goddamn live stream that'll have you. You don't show one single symptom of even having mild colon cancer, to be honest. But just given the benefit of the doubt, I'll by default let you get away with claiming you've got run-of-the-mill treatable colon cancer. But not buying the stage 4 and 2 organs. Not for a year. No fucking way. You would look like shit right now, dude. There can only be 2 things that would happen. Either you're taking critical treatment to try to stop it. At stage 4, it's terminal. It can fucking kill you. So if you fuck with it, it can kill you. If you don't stop it, it will kill you. So I have no doubt that you would have already been sent for radiation and chemo and like heavy rounds of it. You'd have been hospitalized after the radiation for about 2 weeks. And if you lost 100 pounds, motherfucker, you would look like this. This is how you would look. And you wouldn't be chain smoking, and you wouldn't be up all night on every fucking live stream for a goddamn year stalking people that never did anything to you except call Ryan Upchurch out for the wrongdoing he did that he's getting sued for. So don't care about your deadline. We're heading out of town. Ain't going to even be home. have fun with it. If you can get somebody to come and listen to that horse shit, I feel sorry for them. But just know, you make the video saying you've proved I don't have any of that stuff, and I'm just going to make you look like a fucking idiot. Because I sure as hell do, buddy. It's already been shown once. That's the sad part. You're an idiot. So that's all. I was going to make a video, folks, and just figured I'd go live and just make the video. No, Wade, that I wouldn't know the first thing about any animal clinic. That is the most stupidest shit I've ever heard. You better fucking figure out what kind of drugs your sources are on, because I wouldn't even be able to give a fucking animal an aspirin, let alone run a clinic, for fuck's sakes. Jesus Christ. How could you even run a fake animal clinic? How could you even do that? How could you even do that? Jesus fucking Christ, you're stupid. And anybody believes your bullshit story while you're mooching money, dude, this shit's going to catch up with you. What, are you going to fake it? You're going to like disappear and fake it? You ain't getting away with that either. You better come clean, dude, before it's too late. And you better not be spending that money. You need to be giving it back. That's what you need to be doing. See you guys. We'll be gone. I don't know. I might make some shorts while we're out. Who knows? Appreciate y'all tuning in. And yeah, that's what you're going to hear tomorrow. How my shop is illegal and don't have any business license when it's already been debunked, and that's still up. That video is still up on my channel. And how I somehow ran an animal clinic. Who the fuck knows? Peace out, everybody.